Hey everyone, before we start the video, I just want to say that I've played this game for about an hour now, and I'd say that my impressions of it are pretty fair. Also, I just want to give a warning to those who are sensitive to flashing lights, because some of the cutscenes contain many of them, and I'll be showing the cutscenes. So, I warned you. Hey everyone, Disaster here, and I'm back in another video. Today we'll be talking about BALAN WONDERWORld, or more specifically, its demo. Now, for those who don't remember, BALAN WONDERWORld was a game that was announced during an Xbox showcase and later announced during a Nintendo Partner Direct. The game is also directed by Yuji Naka, who is the director of many Sonic and Knights games. So wait, why exactly are we talking about this game? Well, the reason why is because a demo actually recently released, and I decided to try it out on my own since I'm very interested in this game. So, after playing the demo for a little while, I realized the game sucks. No, seriously, it's fucking garbage. But I'll go through and explain why it is exactly that bad. I mean, it's not like I can just tell you guys it sucks and then leave you in the dust. The first thing I noticed was the textures of the game. I'll zoom in so you can see it better, but when you're playing, you honestly don't even have to look closely to see how blurry and marred all of the things are. I mean, maybe it's just on Switch. I really hope it's just on Switch, but yeah. Other than that though, I will admit that the opening segments actually look pretty nice. Then let's talk about one of the most glaring issues in the game. Me, and I'm sure many other people, noticed in the first trailer that the run animation looks very stiff and awkward. Like, very. I personally think that the run animation just looks very awkward and floppy. I don't really know how to explain it, but not only that, I guess it would make sense if it was like fast when they were running, but no, it's super slow. It's almost like they're walking like that. It would be like seeing someone go, "Oh, sorry, I have to go." Not to mention, the textures just honestly look fucking terrible. Like, you don't, like, once again, you don't even have to look close to see how terrible they look. Things are constantly appearing and disappearing, everything looks blurry, textures just keep dropping and increasing randomly, yeah. And I'm being completely honest when I say that this honestly wouldn't even bug me much if it was a cutscene, but keep in mind that this will be something that you're staring at the entire game. It's just painful to look at. But speaking of the cutscenes, these are actually some of the best parts of the game. The cutscenes look almost magical. They're beautifully constructed, they look really pretty, especially in comparison with the rest of the game. But not even they're safe from the lack of good things this game has. As visually pleasing as the cutscenes are, you'll have to watch them again and again to get even a sense of what they even mean. And even when you do, if you want to, you'll still be able to not tell exactly what they're trying to tell you. The game is obviously trying to have some sort of plot, which is fine, but it's just too overly complex and weird. The game would honestly do much better with a simple plot. I know that a lot of games love having complex plots these days, but take Mario for example. Doesn't have a complex plot, but still able to tell a story that's good, especially for a kid's game. And oh, trust me Sega, you don't need complex plots. But getting back to the main non-gameplay issues, take a look at this and see if you notice anything. And I'm going to guess that you couldn't really see it because of how fast the clip was, so I'm going to slow it down and show it again. See that? Yep. You saw correctly. Your character model reverts back to its original T-pose model when falling. And it's not like it only happens once either. Moving away from the T-posing though, let's focus on something else. Yes, the game takes about 25 seconds to load. Not a very fun way. And the worst part is, this isn't even the extent of the problems in this game. There's this creepy ass looking farmer that disappears when you get close to him, and you see those dancing animals over there too? Yeah, no clue what they're doing, but they disappear when you get close to them too, along with every single other NPC. But now let's finally talk about one of the main things in the game, the gameplay. And if you thought the list of negatives was over, then surprise. And I have to say the worst part about the gameplay is the fact that it takes some really cool concepts, half-asses them, and then just forgets about them. Take the main part of the gameplay, for example, the costumes. Many of the costumes seem cool on paper, but like I said, they're half-assed. They're so generic and boring and not fun to play. A lot of them have basically the same exact powers, and they're not fun to use. They can also be extremely annoying and tedious to use, too. Not to mention, many of the costume changing animations, such as this one, look stupid. I hate them. Cancel the game. Also, there are these annoying ass birds that just follow you around everywhere you go. Not to mention, they have like basically no purpose other than to follow you. But there is one seemingly main gameplay thingy centered around them. You can feed them, and in fact there's a whole entire tutorial on it, albeit it is a bit short, but it's still a tutorial. And what purpose does it serve? Nothing. They just take your gems, which I'll talk more about later, and do literally nothing after that. Oh, also, yeah, they're called Tims. I mean, yes, the gems. They literally serve no purpose other than for you to collect them. Literally nothing else. And I'm honestly convinced that this game either wants to be a collectathon or is actively against it, because there are also these things called BALAN statues that you can collect that serve no other purpose than to be collected. Speaking of BALAN, there's this whole entire quick time event you do with him, and it's not just once, like I said, with another thing that I cannot remember. No, you do these things in almost every level, and they serve no purpose whatsoever. Like, what do? Well, you control BALAN, and he kicks these things, and depending on which button you press, you either get like an excellent prompt, or a good prompt, or a bad prompt, and so forth. But, like I said, it serves literally no purpose. You get nothing from it other than a good job. And it's not like it's implemented into the gameplay either, because, I mean, it doesn't even tie in with the game. Okay, sorry, I went on a huge rant there. The last complaints I have about the game are this mirror. Do I have to even explain how fucking ugly it is? And that the game is a shameless ripoff of Mario Odyssey at times. I mean, do I have to even explain this either? If you've played Mario Odyssey, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think it's about time to wrap the video up. If there are any positive points I have to say about it, it's that the music's great, and the cutscenes are pretty great too. But that's about it, and it doesn't fix all the problems that are with this game. If this was a review, I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 10. So what should you take away from this video? Well, it's that the game really needs to be delayed. It's scheduled to come out in 2 months, and it obviously is not ready. So, Square Enix, I know you're not watching this, but please. But I'll stop complaining. So yeah, don't play this game like I did. Goodbye, you have a good one.
Hey! Toast! Toast!